And the joy of Believe It allows us to bring all kinds of technologies. So one of the most exciting technologies for us in Believe is the emulsion technology that we use in almost all the products. Most emulsions are based upon trying to join water and oil together. If you think of a salad dressing and you shake them together, you form an emulsion, but that's done by physical technologies and it separates pretty quickly. So we have all kinds of chemistries that have natures of both and they kind of join them together. The problem is your skin is an oily barrier and its purpose is to prevent water loss from the skin or water beading on the skin. So if you put something that's got a nature of water and oil on it, it kind of organizes the skin the way it wants to be organized rather than the way the skin wants to be organized. So when we were looking for emulsification systems, we went back and said, how does nature store oil in seeds? And we determined that it's through something called an oleosome. An oleosome is a droplet of oil surrounded by a very, very small percentage of protein and kept in a unique form. And if you extract it from the seed carefully enough, you're able to make that emulsion happen. The very next discovery that we learned is that you can take those oil droplets and you can actually put other oils inside them and can actually create a nice emulsion, which has a very, very good skin feel. The advantage of these on the face or on the hands is that when you put them on, they spread very, very readily. There's nothing holding them back on the skin. There's nothing like the water or whatever, so you don't get a tackiness or greasiness that you would find in other technologies. And because of that, you get far better spread on the skin. And you get far better waterproofing, or the functionality. What we're trying to do is prevent water loss through the skin. A second technology that came to bear for us, especially for face, is what we call grape stem cell technology. We know that there are a lot of ingredients out there that have fantastic antioxidant capability, but it's trying to find what is the best one. As I said earlier, 80% of skin aging is as a result of environmental impact, predominantly through sun. Sun impacts the skin and creates these things called free radicals. These free radicals are now non-balanced molecules that are very charged and are looking to be neutralized. The problem is they'll attack something on the skin. It could be a protein, so it neutralizes itself against a protein, but now you've created a protein free radical which wants to be neutralized, and it just continues to propagate itself. Eventually, it works its way deep into the cell, into your mitochondrial areas, and even into your genetic material, and actually changes them, which could lead to long-term problems, which we see through carcinomas and stuff. So when we were looking for antioxidant capability, we went and said, where's a great antioxidant? One was grape. We were able also at this time to determine that there was a specific grape from Burgundy, France, which had a high level of these anthocyanins, and you could actually extract that from their stem cells. One of the problems with going with fruit extracts or plant extracts is that you really require a crop, and if you consume that crop, you're finished. But with the technology that's being brought to bear here, you're actually able to cultivate the grape stem cells. These grape stem cells continue to differentiate into stem cells, so you're taking just a small portion of the fruit and you can propagate a whole line of extracts, or a whole series of extracts you require without actually worried about damaging a crop. So you're very, very sustainable in terms of how things go. And the last thing that we discovered is that stem cells are incredibly important to the human body. They're important for rejuvenating damaged skin cells, and they're also replace dead cells that have, so your skin constantly sloughs off. It's the stem cells that regenerate into these skin cells. And the last technology that we're bringing to bear in the facial area is what we call chyne chemistry. Chyne chemistry is what happens when a protein is broken through injury and creates smaller portions of itself. There are certain protein sequences called chynes which cause the body to say, I need to heal myself. And the reality is a wrinkle or an imperfection or a skin roughness is in essence the skin's way of being damaged, and so these chynes, when they're added to the surface of the skin, cause a process of wound healing which generates your collagens, your elastins, your fibronectins, your hyaluronic acids, all these macromolecules which are important in maintaining youth of your skin.